Welcome to this live session where knowing when to avoid trading the forex market is also an important aspect of trading. Okay, if you don't know when to stay away from the market, you are definitely going to be looking for troubles and having problems trading most times. Okay, well, in the beginning of this week, we hinted that this week is likely going to be a very slow trading week for the early days due to the bank holidays, and also the FOMC and NFP news announcement that are scheduled to be released today and Friday. Okay, well, the bank holiday is over right now, and we are beginning to see some life in the chart with the euro seeing some significant strength. Although the tradable patterns are still developing, we do not have any value. Let's now look into those pairs and just see if we have something to follow for today. All right, looking into the euro against the American dollar, this is the 1 hour time frame. You can see that price has been in a range. In fact, for some days now, price has been moving sideways, topping out right here, finding resistance around that area. And early this morning, just in the last 1 hour, we have seen a solid breakout, a momentum breakout bar from that level of resistance, that area of resistance indeed. Now, this momentum breakout bar out of that area of resistance is a hint that the volume of price to the upside is happening in heavy weight. Okay, but it would have been a nice trading opportunity to look for pullbacks and pushes to the upside. But we are having another level of resistance not too far away from current price level. You can see that coming again from the 4 hours time frame. That's another level of resistance. So price is right now trapped between support and resistance. This is the only room, and it is sensible to allow price and move out of this junction of the box before you want to trade. You don't want to trade in very problematic zones. You always want price to be on a highway free of traffic. In the 4 hours time frame, this is the next level of resistance. Okay, this is the next level of resistance in the 4 hours time frame. You can see that high right here. I'm sure you can find that in your chart. That's the high. Next level of resistance coming around that area. You can also see some previous levels of support there, former support. If you connect that, it's falling around that next level of resistance. That is obviously an area, so that's a stronger level at that point. We need price to move out of that box in the euro against the American dollar. Okay, so even though price is moving momentum. Like I said, the tradable patterns are still developing. Whenever price range for a very long time, it usually causes micro levels of support and resistance, and we need a clear breakout with price moving away from that area before we can start searching for trading opportunities. We cannot trade in the mix of this overall range in price behavior. We need price to move away. All right, next one is the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen. Well, this one here, the last time we did analyze this pair, we talked about price reacting off the counter trend line in the daily time frame. We'll come to that. Price reacted off the counter trend line in the daily time frame, and today I am seeing that price is breaking out of a trend line, which was obviously the upper channel leg in the 4 hours time frame. Seems to be breaking. Price is sitting clearly out of that triangle leg, and the lower leg is right here. I think the lower leg has now done its job, so we can clearly take it out. And this one here, I can as well take that one out. I don't want to take any trades of those levels. They don't look good in themselves. Then it's supposed to be a 1 hour level of resistance. Then we can draw one here. It is indeed an area. Okay, we can just keep this here as well. Towards the range, it's best again for us to allow price give us a clear headway. All right, I don't like to trade in this range, but here price has broken above that level of resistance. If it closes just the way it is, if we get it close like this, then eventually we have a breakout congestion continuation pattern, and we are likely going to see a green candle pushing to the upside again. All right, but the close of this candle is what is important. At any rate, the New Zealand dollar against the Japanese yen is sitting above former resistance and now becoming support. For me, still no clear price action here. Just be flat for now. All right, let's look into the American dollar against the Japanese yen. If the euro against the American dollar is pushing to the upside heavily, it means the American dollar is losing some strength. But on the contrary, we are seeing the American dollar gaining some strength over the Japanese yen here. Well, to me, do not trust this movement. All right, do not trust that movement. This pair is still sitting around problematic zones. Let me just mark those levels. In fact, the final level is somewhere here. Just take this one out. Okay, so the American dollar against Japanese yen is likely going to continue with this abnormal volatility until the FOMC later today. FOMC will be released later today. Then the NFP on Friday. Okay, so the level here that I have picked is the 110.78 area. That is the last line of defense. Price shouldn't push above that level. If it does, then we might be seeing further pushes to the upside. So somewhere around in here, let me mark this level using my tool. Okay, somewhere in there, it's a problematic zone for this pair. You must not buy against that level, against this area. All right, that area there, you must not buy against that area. For me, there is still not yet something valid for me to trade here, but if I must trade, I'll be more concerned looking for short opportunities. For now, I am flat, still very flat. I like this level a lot. I like this double bottom that we have here. I really like this level a lot. If price can come back down, break below that level, and the pullback, we will see a nice short opportunity of that level. Okay, so I will be waiting here, waiting to see if I get a breakout. Okay, next one and the final one is the sterling pounds against the the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. I expected the sterling pounds to keep gaining strength in the 4 hours time frame. This pair has been mounting pressure around this level. You can see heavy pressure around that level, but as you know, for so many days we have been in this range, and whenever we're in this type of range in market, the best thing for you to do is to close your MetaTrader for walk away from the charts, because it is very difficult to trade in this type of range in market behavior. It is extremely hard. Well, most traders will be looking to take their short entries around that level and their long entries around this level, but you never can tell when price is going to break out of that range. It is much more easier to trade a trending market, all right, a trending market, than it is to trade a ranging market, especially in the medium term and the shorter time frames. If you must trade a ranging market, it is advisable to do that in the daily time frame, weekly time frame, or even the monthly time frame, which might be too much for many traders. Ranges are best traded in this time frames where you take the trade, go ahead and do your normal businesses and come back. Trading ranges in the medium term and shorter time frames is quite very hard and unreliable. Okay, all right, so in the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar, this is a range. Price has been mounting pressure to the upper side. We need a solid breakout. The price can give us a solid breakout out of that way, then we'll look for continuation moves. Okay, all right, so that's it. Nothing much to talk about. Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. Yesterday we saw how price did hesitate around that level I was talking about. Today it seems to be pushing through. Okay, it seems to be pushing through, although I am expecting pullback to somewhere around in here before a bounce or a continuation move. Well, let's see what's going to happen. In the 1 hour time frame, we are seeing a breakout, pullback, and a possible continuation move. But again, this is resistance, support. You need price to move away from that from this junction. It is squeezed around that area. Anything can happen at that point. And also it is trading around a critical zone, so I am not even going to be considering taking short here then closing the trade here. No, I won't do that. It is trading around a critical zone. It is best for me to avoid it. New Zealand dollar against the American dollar. Well, again, range. We are waiting for price to break this key level of resistance. If it does give us a breakout, then we could search for reversal moves. But again, American dollar there, FOMC later today, NFP on Friday. We might be seeing price giving us that movement until those news announcements. Remember, whenever it is FOMC or NFP week, we usually don't find anything interesting in the chart until those news items are being released. Okay, so this week is going to be more of a boring trading week. I hope we find something to trade even within those news announcements. Sterling pounds against the American dollar. We've long talked about this, that the price is likely to push to the upside as it is trading around support level in the long term. That's the weekly time frames. If this candle is not, if the high of this candle is not taken out before that news announcement, we should be placing a buy stop order, a stop loss around that level. If the news announcement is in our favor, we are likely going to see a momentum candle push to the upside. I have been expecting to, it is something that usually happens. Then we can profit from that. In the other hand, if the news is not in our favor, then we are likely going to see a return to the downside, an immediate return to the downside, where our order might not be triggered, in fact will not be triggered. Then we can cancel or delete that order. Okay, all right, so what else? Still a very crawly trading experience so far. Look at this. How many weeks have price been giving us pin bars upon pin bars? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks right now. We hope things really improve, but that is the market condition, and there is nothing much you can do about that. Look at the American dollar against the Canadian dollar. It's been flat. Okay, it's been flat, expecting those news announcements. Euro against the New Zealand dollar. Last time we analyzed this, especially in the weekly time frame, where we talked about this area here being a confluence of resistance, and I called for caution going long around that zone. We can see the rejection of that area. Okay, the rejection there, but again, no trades, nothing valid yet. Once I find something valid, you will definitely get to know about that. All right, the euro against the sterling pounds is on the side with the American dollar against the Swiss franc. This pair is supposed to be pushing to the downside, but lots of hesitation, okay, ahead of the FOMC and NFP news announcement. Please avoid the charts for now. Just be patient. Look at the Australian dollar against the American dollar again. It's been directionless. All right, no clear directional hint. For some days. These are the markets you should avoid. Just close your MetaTrader for go ahead and do some other businesses, then you can come back once we give you the alert that something important is happening. All right, if you go through majority of the pairs, you will certainly find range upon range. Look at this, look at that, see this momentumless market. And what usually happens in the intraday time frames is that price will keep going sideways. All right, keep going sideways, but you have to be reading price action, especially in the daily time frame. That's what controls the entire trading event for a particular day. In fact, if you watch carefully in the weekly time frame, taking one trade, just one shot, all right, one shot, I mean shot, not shot, not shot. Taking one shot from the weekly time frame could give you the directional bias, the intraday directional bias for that entire trading days, 5 days. Because if you don't read that in the weekly time frame, what you might find in the intraday time frame are straight moves. Price will just move straight on while you keep waiting the intraday time frames for pullbacks, then looking for entries. That might not happen. These days, what usually happens in the intraday time frames are just straight moves, little pullbacks that you wouldn't find an entry, and it will keep pushing to the downside. So it's really hard for the intraday traders. Ranges upon ranges. Okay, let's not push further. Let's not push further. Okay, let's stop it here. Thanks for being here. Okay, be patient. Like I said, trading the forex market doesn't mean you should trade every single day. A few trades in a month, for instance, if you take 6 trades and you score 4 profitable, all right, 4 of those trades are profitable and 2 are losses. You are going to be on top. All right, you will still be profitable overall in your account. So there is no need taking trades left, right, and center. You are bound to cause damage to that account. So be patient. It needs patience. In a month, we need some few profitable trades, making some profits on our account. Okay, that is the way forex trading should be. Not a very stressful event where you yourself out and make very wrong decisions. Okay, all right, thanks again. We'll talk if we find something. Questions, contributions are welcome. Please send them in the live chat, and do have a nice time.